Ah. Good morning, everybody. I am running late, I am driving, and I am talking. Welcome to another Good Morning stream. I am currently en route to my apartment because I have to work in about an hour and 6 minutes, and it's at least a 45-minute drive. God forbid I want to stop and get myself a little something to eat. That's my fault. I could have done things to move quicker this morning. I could have made minor adjustments that would have allowed me the ability to arrive at my destination on time. Yay, nay, I did not do those things. So, this is the aftermath that we're forced to contend with and to deal with. And I'm okay with that. I'm now becoming I'm not a breakfast person. I can't eat the moment I wake up, but I can eat my first meal of the day, my break fast. I ate a bar, That's It bar, which is like a fruit bar, which is good. But you guys didn't bear witness to this. So yesterday, I didn't talk about this because it didn't happen during the stream. And I didn't stream in the evening because of this as well. And I'm afraid to aggravate it. But I was outside on a break from work on my porch. I was smoking. No, it was during my lunch. I was outside smoking, looking at my phone. And all of a sudden I got this excruciating pain in my left part of my jaw, upper row of teeth, and it just radiated through my whole head, my whole face, all my teeth. A couple months ago, and I think I mentioned this on the stream, kind of in passing, I had like this snaggle thing, like this sharp edge of a tooth in the back on my left side, upper part of my jaw. And I kept tonguing it, and it was sharp. And it was driving me nuts. And I remember one day I was at my dad's house and I was talking about it, and I stuck my thumb in my mouth, and I went back there and I was kind of like, clicking at it, this kind of thing, and I ripped it out. It popped out. And it was literally like a tooth fragment. Ever since then, I've had a hole. Well, the hole would get food in it and stuff, and I had to scrub it. I brush my teeth twice a day. For those who don't brush your teeth at least twice a day, please do. Please do. It may be a pain in the ass. You may not like it. You may not like going through those things. But I'm telling you, as you get older, if you don't take care of your teeth, you will run into issues. I'm telling you. And mouth pain is very painful. And there's no escaping it. It's in your head. You know what I mean? It'll radiate out. Anyways, so I have to brush my teeth twice a day, and then usually I'll brush them after I eat. Not always a toothpaste after I eat. Sometimes I'll just do like a wet brush so I can go back there and make sure I get whatever's out. But flossing, of course. So I'm sitting there, I'm like watching a video, and like I go to hit a cigarette or I yawn or something, and I feel this excruciating pain, and I could not shake it. And it lasted for the rest of the day, all afternoon, all evening. And then last night, Honey Mommy had to go get some MRIs done. Well, they scheduled her very late in the evening. She had an MRI scheduled at 9 o'clock at night and at 10 o'clock at night. Then we have to go back again on Friday and then get the last MRI. Once we complete that process, then she'll be done with MRIs. But as a result, it was an hour away from where we are, so I drove out that way, and we didn't get back into town until after midnight, and we didn't lay down in bed until like 12:45, 12:50, and she gets up at 4:40. I typically get up at around, she gets up around 4:30, 4:40, and I get up around 5:10. Well, I don't have to get up that early for work, I get up that early so I can spend the morning with her. This morning, I was dead ass tired, and I'm like, I'll sleep in a little longer. I slept till about 7:30. Then I got up, kind of shuffled around for a little bit, and my whole routine was thrown off because usually I give myself a couple of hours to kind of get ready. The last 2 days, I had to stay behind to make sure that one of the little ones got to go do some state testing, and so I had to drop her off. So that's why I wasn't able to get to the apartment and do a regular stream like I normally would with games and everything else. So I'm doing these drive streams because it's kind of all I can do right now. Which is totally fine because it gives me an opportunity to rant. And I'm stuck behind a big Window Nation van and a semi. So I will not be able to move at a rate of speed that I prefer. Ooh, this person's turning off. Never mind. Okay, now I just got to worry about the garbage truck in front of me. So hopefully they get off soon and I can swoop around them. Now, I will definitely get home or get to the apartment before I have to work. I just don't like feeling rushed. So when I stop and get breakfast, I may have to try to eat while I'm driving. So come to find out, after this tooth pain, turns out I have a tendency to chew on that side. I never pay attention. I mean, I do, but you're not really aware of how you do certain things sometimes unless you're affected by it. And I was affected by it. It was very, very painful. This morning it feels better. There's a little bit of dull pain, but nothing too crazy. I took some Tylenol, and I took some more Tylenol before bed, and I woke up almost with nothing. But I have to get to a dentist because I don't want this to become an abscess. When I tongue it back there, it feels a little swollen. The hole doesn't feel as gaping as it normally does, so it feels like there's a little bit of puffiness in there. So I'm hoping that will die down. I have some antibiotics at home. I may take them now, just preemptively. Matter of fact, I may do that. I have some amoxicillin, which is penicillin. And to kind of try to head this off before it gets too bad. I have a pretty good immune system for the most part. It takes a lot for me to get sick or just the right set of circumstances, you know. I was exposed to COVID several times. My girlfriend had it. Her friends had it. People I know had it that I was around when they had it. And I never got it, but people that I was with at those times, they got it. So I've been very lucky with regards to that. Muffin Stuffins, when little ones, she got sick. She was just had a cold or a sore throat. And I didn't get it. So I don't know. My fear is by favoring this side, I'm going to put additional pressure on the right side, which is going to cause other issues. So I may start drinking out of straws, so I'm not like putting liquid on one side of my mouth and letting it kind of pool there, because I like to taste things and switch things around and do stuff like that, and I can't really do that. I need to pass this guy. But anyways, these types of streams, I know not a lot of people are going to check them out or be around for them, and that's okay. And I'm going the slightly longer route because I don't have any signal issues when I do. And I may pay for that decision. We'll see what time it is when I go pick up my food. So normally what I'll do is I'll get to the apartment, I'll eat my food, and then I'll log into my systems and kind of get ready for my day. Today what's going to happen is as soon as I get to the apartment, I'm going to have to start logging into my systems immediately, which is okay. right now I'm doing stuff that is not bad. I'm not doing anything crazy this morning. It's pretty straightforward as far as what I need to do. So we'll see how it goes. My brain's always doing something, and I was just mapping out my day just now. Some of the things I have to do for, I'm training a new group, myself and another colleague of mine are training a new group of supervisors, how to be supervisors. And that's our focus today. Alright, so I'm going through this town. I want this guy to turn off. Turn somewhere, you dick. I want to pass him bad. With this town, you have to slow down for sheriffs, state highway patrol tend to be over in this area. That's a semi. I gotta wait for him. Cruising on the 5.8, baby. So many cars, I can't pass anybody. Let me check now. Nope, and I lost my window. Lost my window to pass. The guy in front of me is probably like, fuck you. Because I'm swerving back and forth trying to see if I can pass. Is that guy turning out? Ah! Come on, man, let me get in front of this dude. Trying to see around this like garbage truck thing so I can accelerate beyond the speed limit. I don't like traveling the speed limit. I like being forced to travel the speed limit, and now I'm in no passing zone again. Missing my windows to do stuff. I'll pass them eventually. You don't want to rush a pass. Alright, let's go for it. Let's try it. Going for it. There we go. That's better. Oh, it's so much more luxurious. I hate to be a dick. And I'm not impeding his flow of traffic. I'm simply trying to increase the rate at which I'm traveling from mine. But, you know, that's life. That was a cop. Well, that barn is crushed. So now, as I travel to my destination, I'm watching the clock, I'm keeping an eye on my time, I'm trying to stay abreast to the timing of my travels. Have you guys ever been to Tractor Supply? Tractor Supply, TSC. Have any of you guys been to that place? It is a kind of like a small Home Depot, but for farms. They have tools and stuff like that. As you get older, and maybe not everybody, but for me, as I get older, one, the creative spark is always there. I'm constantly wanting to fiddle and make and you know, do things. But overall, I find that the vast majority of the time, I am, what's the word I'm looking for here to make it make sense? I find that as I acquire things, as I do things in life, I want to acquire tools. Now, as me and Honey Mommy kind of move in together and stuff, she has the space for me to, or we will have the space for me to actually have these tools. For years, I didn't buy stuff or acquire things because I really had no space for it. I know where to really put it. I've lived in apartments. I can't really leave a table saw and a 10-inch drill press and a miter saw and all these different things just laying around my apartment. I didn't have the space for it. But we have this beautiful barn that has plenty of space that we're going to utilize for fixing, creating, manufacturing things, maybe even sell some stuff. So we're going to tinker, we're going to play around with things and see what we can come up with. I have a lot of ideas, and my plan is to, some of these things that I try to make for myself, I'm going to film them as kind of just learning, you know, making these mistakes and saying, hey, here's what's happening, you know. So I'm stoked on it. Excuse me. So we'll see how it goes. I have some plans. And we've been kind of talking about it a little bit. And all these things are things that are going to take place in the future. I'm impatient. I move things and do things, want to do things quickly. I need that instant gratification. And not in all things. It's weird. I'm very patient with other people a lot of times. Let me rephrase that. I can be quite patient with other people, their choices, their decisions, etc. However, myself, I am very impatient for the things that I want and the things that I want to accomplish. I seldom practice what I preach when it comes to stuff like that, and I seldom take my own advice. I think I contain a lot of wisdom that could, if followed, could assist a lot of people, including myself, but I personally don't. So I don't know. The only thing I do know for sure is that I want to be excited about going to work every day. I want to be excited about doing my job. And when you like what you do, you never work a day in your life. I really believe that. You know, if what you're doing is creating and fostering something that you want, I think that is hugely beneficial. And the work I do does help people, but it's not creating the way I want to create. You know, I am helping shape the minds of many people in their day-to-day work life, being in the training side of things. But I want to create, and I want to create myself. I want to do things myself and put that out into the world. And I don't truly believe I'll be satisfied and happy until I do. You know, one of the things, it's funny. Over the last couple of months, what's up, Commander? Over the last couple of months, I've been complaining about one thing in particular. And it's ironic that the one thing I'm complaining about is probably the most important aspect of creating media-based content. I've been talking about trying to get help with editing, trying to get assistance with the editing process. And I thought about it, and last night I saw something that made me think about it again. And I realized the most important part of anything is the edit. And I'm trying to find ways to not have to do it. I'm trying to find ways to self-edit, to record the content in such a way that an edit may not be necessary. But the edit can tell a story. The edit can tell any story you want to. That's the beauty part, or a beautiful part about an edit. When you get a film, editors can change the whole vibe of a movie. Look at Zack Snyder's Justice League. You know, the Joss Whedon version and the Snyder version. The way they, now granted, he recorded and filmed a bunch of new scenes, but overall, starkly different movies simply by the edit. Color correction, adding in different sections, removing, reshifting, shuffling parts. Essentially, it's the same movie. That's a great example of how the edit can make such a difference. And with the Justice League, got like a 40% Rotten Tomatoes, and then the Zack Snyder got like a 70-something. You know, it's the same movie, man. Steppenwolf comes, tries to get them other boxes, bad things happen, hero saved the day, happily ever after. Same ending, you know what I mean? Same resolution. Now again, there was an inclusion of a bunch of new scenes that took a 2-hour movie and extended it to 4 hours, but that is the edit. The edit is the most important thing. So I need to get myself in a position where I'm not trying to pawn off that work, where I'm not trying to circumvent that work, because that's the work that's going to make my content stand out. That's the work that's going to make my content interesting. So I need to focus on going back there and being willing to spend the time. Sorry, Commander, I was trying to read that and drive. It's a big one. What's up, Shenandoah? 40 to 30 minutes. Let's say, yeah, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree, Commander. That is a great way to start. I recorded a couple videos that I need to edit, and I tried to keep them under 30 minutes. So usually for me, the edit is at least double to 3 times the video length. So if the video is 30 minutes, it'll take me 60 minutes to an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to edit that video the way I want. Because I will rewatch it and then rewatch certain sections to try and splice certain things together. It's important to go that route to make sure you're very familiar with the content and what happened, because if not, you'll run into the mistake I did, where a great example of how I changed the plan mid-edit but didn't correct the rest of the video. I recorded a video for Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I'm sorry, not Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, the regular Punch-Out. And it's up on our YouTube channel, and if you watch it, the vibe changes about halfway through. I started, if you watch, I show basically the entire first match, and then after that, I show snippets of the rest of them. And that's because after I edited together the first section, I'm like, I want to show multiple matches. Well, how do I do that? Well, I'll just show segments of them. So you'll see the whole first match and then segments of the rest, and the edit's much more fast-paced. So that was me changing mid-edit, but not applying those corrections to the beginning, because I liked what I did in the beginning. I liked it. I still like that edit. I think it's a good edit for the most part. At least that represents my energy and what I do. So I don't know, man. I don't have all the answers. I don't have the solution to all these problems. I'm trying to talk myself into understanding it and make sure that I, myself, have a very clear understanding as to what I can do to be successful, I guess. Grab some breakfast. I got some time to grab some breakfast. Gonna get a sandwich. Put it in my butt. So motherfucker, don't forget the time I fucking was that damn slut. Then I'm doing alright. Fucking every day. I was out Wappy and Friends going for you, Commander, if you're still here. Any more progress? Did you find a new coder? I know Ramen, I believe, was it Raymond was working on that with you guys? I think you need to change something up. Cancel it out. Hey, man. You don't have to apologize, dude. I feel worse for you. You know, that was a lot of time investment. You spent time on that, man. Trust me, I know the feeling of spending a long amount of time on something just to cancel it or lose it the last minute. Doesn't mean you can't do a similar premise on your own and start something new. You know what I mean?
Hello, 621, 1 moment, please.
Sure. Did you say 1 moment? I'm sorry. I think they did.
I'm sorry about that. How can we help you today?
No worries. Can I have the number 5 sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit meal?
What's the drink?
Just regular size with the Sprite Zero.
Okay.
And that is it.
29, second window, please.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I should have got sausage, biscuits, and gravy. That'd have been good for lunch. Let me go back and read your comment, man. I missed it. I missed your reply. And we tried to fix it, but the end development was a bit of a mess. Yeah, I get that, man. I know, because you were trying to change stuff midway, right? I remember you talking about getting a different coder or something like that and trying to swap those things. And I don't know if he wouldn't transfer the assets or whatever else you guys came up with. So if you were playing catch up, trying to get those things done, I don't know exactly what happened, but I understand. I get the premise that you had that issue.
Hello, 529.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, we don't have Sprite.
No Sprite Zero?
No, God. No Sprite.
Just regular Sprites all you
We don't
have?
have no Sprite.
Okay, gotcha. What kind of, just anything diet?
We got Diet Coke, Diet Caffeine Free Coke, Diet Orange.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Diet Dr. Pepper would be perfect.
Yup, yup.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
No.
Thank you.
You didn't pull a card, did you?
Thank
Okay.
you.
Here you go, here you go.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You too. Great day.
You too.
They probably eating them. Leave them alone. See, they going off right now.
All right, here we go. All right, we are now exiting. No Sprite Zero, man. What a tricky dicky thing. These things happen, my friends. You know, sometimes in life, you're going to encounter situations where you have a plan. You have a serious plan to do something or to accomplish something. And you take all the steps necessary to accomplish that. And then at the end of the day, they're out of Sprite Zero. I mean, if this is not a life lesson for all of us, I don't know what is. I like Sprite Zero. I prefer it over regular Sprite. I don't want the sugar. That's why I drink Monster Ultra. I don't want the sugar. I want the caffeine. I want the delicious carbonation. Hold on, let me go back and see if I can read these comments. My guess is that somebody ran out of the syrup and they didn't catch it. That's my guess. Not a lot of fast food places have Sprite. Some have Sprite. A lot have Sprite, but not Sprite Zero. Wendy's has a wide array of different beverages. Burger King, I think, has, they're kind of increasing. McDonald's and stuff has some of the basic, who cares kind of stuff. I like places that try to cater to a larger audience. You know, like when you go to McDonald's, you say, I'll have a diet. There's one diet pop. That's it. Yep, on my way to work, which is kind of, I work from home. So I'm heading to my apartment to go to work. Yeah, McDonald's is your basic, fundamental staple of a restaurant. It's the same thing here. Yeah, so, Commander, it's been a while since we've really gotten any chatting in, but I've been seeing somebody since September. I used to date this woman many, many moons ago. I've known her since I was 18, and we got back together, and we are going to live together. So why I have these driving streams and stuff is that in the mornings I'm leaving her house and I'm going back to my apartment. And because I work from home, I'll be working eventually. Well, I appreciate it, man. Trying to live life, dude, you know? But that's kind of what happens. So my commute, my daytime stuff is all over the place because of it. So on most mornings, if I can get my ass in gear, I get up around 5 in the morning. I kind of poke around for an hour, get in the shower, leave by 7, get home around 7:45, and then I would stream at about 8:39 until about 10:30, and then I would get done and I'd go back to work. And then I would start working. This 2-week period, maybe 3 to 4 week period, I'm working earlier, so I lose an hour, but I'm kind of dragging my feet, so I'm not getting home early enough. Because I could stream for 30 minutes. I mean, I do these drive streams, so I don't know why I feel like I can't stream. I feel like if I stream less than an hour or something, then I'm doing something wrong. So I don't know. But King's a weird animal too, Jander. I agree. In my country, in the U.S. of America, Burger King is not as popular as McDonald's. McDonald's is still the king, even though Burger King's slogan is "They're the king." But I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, I was never a fan. Years and years and years ago, I used to work for McDonald's. Well, again, about the recording thing, it said you can record a short 20-minute video and have that edit. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Recording shorter videos would make my edits much easier, and then as I kind of settle into my editing rhythm again, then I can start extending it out, which I may do. I also thought about, if I do have longer form videos, is to cut them up into like part 1, part 2, part 3, and then edit each section separately. There's all sorts of different ways to approach it, but the shorter form content and then editing those shorter videos is a much better idea for sure. The problem is getting those moments. If you record 20 minutes of gameplay, for example, you may not have those moments that you can pull out to make it interesting in the edit. I guess it depends on what people are looking for. So it's tricky. But yeah, Burger King, I like Burger King's burgers better because they're cooked on a grill, or not a regular charcoal grill, but like a grill style. So it's flame broiled. Basically, it's a grate, and it's heated, and there's flames that'll kind of kiss the meat, kiss the patties. And as a result, it has more of a barbecue flavor, like a smokiness to the burgers. So I can see why people might say it's a little drier. Whereas McDonald's, they're being cooked on a 550-degree grill top, which is like a griddle. So it's a flat metal surface that's heated very hot, and I think 500 plus degrees. And then these arms come down, and it heats from the top and the bottom, and smashes the burger and cooks the top and bottom at the same time. that's the idea, Commander. I like indie games anyways. You know, my hope, the problem is with my channel especially, I haven't been putting in the work necessary to grow my channel. That's on me. The channel being stagnant is on me, 100%. I'm not blaming the algorithm and all this stuff. I mean, there are things I can blame. There's definitely a contributing factor, but ultimately I'm the reason for the channel's lack of success. The tough part about the path that I'm on is that I'm trying to grow the channel based on being seen, meaning that I need someone to see the content in order to grow, because I'm not going to be picking the trendy games. You know, I'm not playing Fortnite, I'm not playing these modern shooters, I'm not playing the Call of Duties, you know, I'm not playing the most up-to-date popular games. I'm playing indie games that no one's heard of, or people have heard of them, but they're not mass produced in a way that everybody would see them. So I'm reliant on me getting people in, and if nobody's heard of the game, I have to figure out other ways to get people to check it out. Oh yeah, no, that absolutely. There were opportunities that if I would have struck while the iron was hot, I could have kind of rode that wave. There was a time where there was consistent growth. And to be quite honest with you, what happened, Commander, was I was playing Five Nights at Freddy's games and Five Nights at Freddy's fan games every single stream. And what ultimately happened was I played through all the best ones. That was the first issue. I played through all the best ones. The majority of the most popular ones. Then I started getting burned out on playing those. I started getting burned out. I wanted to play other stuff. So we had a lot of growth based on that. Based on people wanting to see those Five Nights at Freddy's style games. And I wasn't playing them as much. I started playing other horror games and other games. So we lost a couple people of our concurrent viewers through that. Then yeah, man, if you have something, and I would love to try it. I don't care if it's a hodgepodge and a mess. I'd love to play a muffed up demo. Sure. I would love that, Commander, absolutely. Well, I mean, that's cool. I mean, just to experience it would be interesting. I liked the first build you guys had. I thought it had a ton of promise. For me, what's going on, Hulu? We're just talking, man. We're just talking about life, talking about the channel, talking about stuff like that. But for me, I know that where I've struggled is I'm able to maintain consistency. I've been able to stream every day. I mean, if you look at our channel, look how many videos we have and how long we've been doing it. You know what I mean? We've had the channel since 2014. And I wasn't uploading regularly up until 2016 probably. And then I started streaming consistently, and we have well over 1,000 videos. You look at bigger channels with millions of subscribers, they don't even have that many videos. In some cases they do. In some cases they have way more. But for the amount of content we've pumped out, we should be much larger. And again, that's a result of me. I am a contributing factor. Plus the fact that I'm not coupling my streams with uploads, because YouTube especially doesn't push streams like it pushes uploads, because the amount of money they generate, it takes longer. I don't know. Okay, we have the main Five Nights. I don't know what the hell. Hulu, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm chatting with people in the stream. This is Commander Alex, Captain Alex, Cap. He's been coming to the streams for a long time. He just hasn't been through these driving streams that much. That's all. It's a fan game, Hulu. Commander Alex is a game developer, designer, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, Hulu, I understand. But ultimately, my plan is to. Okay, I'm not sure what he's saying. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Genadera, I'm not sure what he's referring to. Hulu, that is. Okay. Commander Alex was developing a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. And the development of that game was halted. And he was not able to finish it, and he is now stopping that project. He was explaining that he has a couple of the nights of the game already made, and that at some point it's possible that he would allow our channel to play those nights to see what he did up to that point before it stopped. That's what we're talking about as far as the game. That's all. But anyways, but I have a lot of plans and ideas that I want to try and pull the trigger on. Once me and Honey Mommy once I'm officially moved in, it'll be a lot easier because I spend several hours a day driving, going to and from. And getting that time back in of itself will allow me the extra time to complete these tasks. So that's the plan. That's the plan. So I'm hoping I can execute on it. You know, the idea of this channel, I drive in miles. I'm not 100% sure. So it takes me, I drive about 65 miles an hour, 60 to 65 miles an hour, and it takes me about 50 minutes. So roughly 60 miles, I would say, one way. So 120, I think 150 miles a day. Somewhere in that range, maybe. 150 miles. Yes, I've been on the deep web. The deep web is tricky because yeah, so if it's about, I would say 120 to 150 miles a day. So depending on where you live, if you guys are in the metric system, you know, if it's 2.2, I believe kilometers, 2.2 miles. So 1 mile an hour would be 2.2 kilometers an hour. I'm probably driving, 280 kilometers a day. Yeah, man, no, don't mention whatever you want, dude. You didn't do anything wrong. There you go. So 200 some odd kilometers a day. So 210, 220 kilometers a day, roughly. So that time that I'm traveling that 200 plus kilometers, 100 plus miles a day, I could be streaming, editing, doing stuff. Now I'm also that also takes into account when I do arrive and I'm driving, I'm not instantly jumping into something. So there's time for me to unwind. There's time for me to kind of chill out and visit and do these different things. So the time shift will be drastic. And then I can start scheduling my days again like I used to do. I would work and say, okay, I have a stream for 2 to 3 hours in the evening, and that's what I used to do. Commander remembers I would stream in the evenings every night without fail. Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve. I was streaming every day for several hours at a time. So, and I have no problem doing that. It's just finding the time. Yeah. But, but anyways, back to the deep web. I do want to say one of the deep or dark web. No worries, I'm about to bounce myself, man. I just got home. But the deep and dark web, Hulu, just keep in mind, all that means is that the websites are not indexed, meaning that regular search engines don't find them. So it doesn't mean that the deep web is this nefarious place. It's just the internet. The same internet we're all on. We're just not seeing certain websites. And in that same vein, there are certain sites that are nefarious. So it's tricky. But anyways, guys, I am going to stop this stream. I have to go back in. I have to get ready for work. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. I love you. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. It means the absolute world to me. Spectrum is working on power lines out here, and that scares me. But anyways, guys, I'm Audi 5000, Bucket and Kids Captain. Thank you for being here. Hulu, thank you for being here. Jenna Darrow, guys, thank you for kicking it with me and spending some time with me this morning. I'll see you guys later on tonight, if not tomorrow morning. Appreciate ya. Bye forever.